Well, I first met Scott in 1996 when I was an audit manager at Arthur Andersen, and he was one of my clients at the time. And we have worked together about 16 of the last 27 years in 3 different companies.
Well, I got to meet Mr. Thompson because we were both in Sigma Chi at SFA. It's the Eta Tau chapter, and I got to meet him like during an initiation. And it was cool to meet him just because he's a very well-rounded person and someone that I look up to.
Scott was recruited to the company as CEO and chairman of the board. And it was a turnaround at that time. Unfortunately, I don't believe he was aware that it was a turnaround.
We met through the practice of yoga. We were neighbors, and both of us are early risers. We actually wake up way earlier than most humans should. And I invited him to a yoga class. I had no idea who he was.
I think Scott is deserving of this award because of all that he has clearly achieved in his career. He's had a very distinguished career. I think he's represented, therefore, the university extremely well. And I say that not only because of his professional success, but also because of his leadership characteristics.
And he's known as a recognized leader among leaders and has had phenomenal success growing companies.
And then most recently, over the past 8 years, he's really transformed Tempur Sealy International into the #1 bedding company in the world, and has transformed the way that we go to business both at retail and wholesale, and really transformed the industry.
And few people can operate at the highest levels of business like Scott has, dealing with all the pressures that stem from growing a company and all the politics and criticisms, and still be so personable and so genuine.
It's that Scott does the right thing, he does it for the right reasons, and in order to achieve the right result, both from a financial standpoint as well as from a social standpoint.
Well, Mr. Thompson helped me not only financially, but he kind of guided me through like the whole process of going through college and stuff. And especially the last year, he gave me the scholarship, and I was in grad school, so I couldn't receive FAFSA or financial aid. So I was working a full-time job, and he just helped like take some pressure off of me and just like help me overall.
He's smart, humble, wise, and one of the most down-to-earth people I know. He's incredibly generous, has a huge heart, and he always does the right thing. But he's the only CEO that I know who can do a headstand.
He also introduced the emoji to the company. And what that looked like is in his very early days, and even today, is you will receive an email from Scott and it will be nothing other than an emoji.
So yeah, for a guy who's wildly successful, great sense of humor, loves to play practical jokes.
Scott is everything a distinguished alumnus should be.
Because if Scott is any reflection of the university and what the university has done for its student base, then I think that that's a great testament to the school and what it has to offer.
Congratulations, Scott, on being named a distinguished alumnus for SFA. I am proud and I am grateful of your success, and you are so fitting as a recipient of this award.
I'm so proud to have gotten to know and work with you over these last couple years. I can't think of anyone who's more deserving. I am most proud to call you my friend. Congratulations.
It's been a great 27 years. Sincere congratulations to a great friend, a great mentor, a great boss. I can't think of anyone more deserving of this award.
It's just a remarkable journey, and thank you so much for allowing me to ride, and thank you so much for to drive in this company. Appreciate you.
Congratulations, Mr. Thompson, on this well-deserved award.
And I and everybody at Tempur Sealy is both proud of you for your accomplishments, and we are all very honored to work with you and to learn from you every day.
Scott Thompson, please come forward and accept your award.
Well, that was interesting. First of all, I want to say congratulations to all the other award winners. Certainly very proud to be in your class of award winners. I guess second, obviously, need to thank the university for a very significant award. It's very, very touching. But I'm going to have to clear the air on a couple of things. First of all, as opposed to all the other significant award winners, the main difference in what you just saw is most of those people I pay, okay? And for those of you who know in business, as you get later in the year, this is kind of getting the fourth quarter. We call that the raise and firing season, okay? So you're gonna have to discount, just about everybody there is on the payroll. So that's interesting. The second thing, I've always had a little trouble in individual awards because I think of things in the term of team. Because everywhere I've ever been, it's really a team that accomplishes something. So I'm going to talk about the award, but I'm going to allocate out some of the award so that we get a little perspective. Because most of that award, there's about 51% of it that needs to go to my partner in life, Vanessa, who is a graduate of Stephen F. Austin. We met at Stephen F. Austin. I could sit up here for days and talk about the things she's done, but 51% of the award goes to my wife of 42 years. Thanks, guys. That's going to help me later. The second group is I thought about driving down from Dallas through the winding roads and thinking about, okay, there's going to be an award, and I guess I'm supposed to say something. Was to think about, what the heck am I doing here 30 or 40 years later? And I have to say, I'm going to take 29% of the award, and I'm going to allocate that to the people who I've worked with, some for, some with, and the people who have trained me. And most of those people are here at Stephen F. Austin and are the faculty. Because when they started with something, it was pretty raw. And I was just thrilled. I had some anxiety. You might find a professor who remembered me because I was not the leader on campus. Okay, I might have been a little disruptive. So that's worked out perfectly. But I want to talk a little bit about the classes, okay? Because I thought about, I took a speech class here. The only speech class I've ever had in my life, I took at Stephen F. Austin. And I still remember going, why am I here taking a speech class? I'm never going to give a speech. I don't need to have this class. And it was painful because it stretched me. It hurt. I didn't want to give a speech. And now today, I probably talk to somebody somewhere once or twice a week. We happen to be in 100 countries. So I'm out talking. I think half the time I'm in a country where the people don't understand English. And I've learned if I just look at them and smile, I'll be okay. But that speech class became very critical for me in my profession. And then I look at the classes like my economics class and even astronomy. And it stretched me to learn things that I'd never even thought of before I came to this campus. I, of course, took business classes, and I looked at my business law class, and I'm certainly not a lawyer, but it gave me the foundation to do contracts and fundamental negotiations. And of course, I'm an accountant by background, and it gave me discipline. And it taught me the language of business, which is what I've always thought accounting was. And then I left, okay, and went off to work. And I can tell you, I have never thought that I did not receive the tools I needed to succeed and as I compete around the world. So we've got a great love for the university. I don't know where I could have found Vanessa. And of course, we have 2 children, and I just want to say thank you for everything, and the award is greatly appreciated.